retirement, right? It's like this big puzzle.
A puzzle with a lot of missing pieces sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. And annuities, I mean, they can feel like the most complicated piece of all.
Oh, for sure. They get a bad rap sometimes, don't they?
Definitely. But that's kind of why we do these deep dives, right? To break things down. And today we're looking at one called PrimePath Pro 10 from North American. And it's got some features that really caught my eye.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Well, how about this? Guaranteed lifetime income. Even if your account balance drops to zero.
Okay, that's a bold claim. Definitely grabs your attention.
Right. It definitely made me want to learn more.
Well, let's jump in then. What do we know about this PrimePath Pro 10 thing?
So it's designed to address some of the biggest fears people have about retirement.
Which are?
Outliving their savings.
Of course, that's a big one.
And seeing their nest egg just wiped out by, a crazy market.
Market volatility. Makes sense. People want some predictability, some security.
Exactly. Knowing you've got income you can count on no matter what happens. That's peace of mind right there.
Absolutely. But guaranteeing income even if your account goes to zero, that sounds almost too good to be true.
Right. So how does that even work?
Well, the PrimePath Pro 10, it falls under the category of fixed index annuities.
Okay, so what does fixed index actually mean in plain English?
Basically, it aims to give you that balance of potential growth, but with a level of protection against losses.
So like a safety net.
Exactly. Think of it like this. Your money's linked to a market index. So it has the potential to grow when the market does well, but there's a floor. Even if the market takes a nosedive, your principal is protected. It can't go below a certain point.
So downside protection, got it. But there are a ton of annuities out there.
Oh, there are.
What makes this one unique? Besides that whole zero balance income thing, which we're definitely coming back to.
Right. Well, one of the key features here is something called the Guaranteed Lifetime Withdrawal Benefit, or GLWB for short.
GLWB.
Catchy. Yeah, well, financial acronyms, it's a thing. But anyway, the GLWB. It's almost like an insurance policy for your retirement income. See, it uses a guaranteed interest rate, or in some cases, an indexing strategy to create a separate benefit base. Now, this base, it's not directly affected by market ups and downs.
Okay, so it's separate from my actual account balance.
Exactly. And that benefit base, that's what determines your guaranteed income stream.
So even if the market goes totally haywire and my actual account balance drops,
Yeah.
I still have that separate benefit-based generating income.
You got it. That's how they can guarantee that income, even if your account goes to zero.
That's actually pretty clever.
And then there's this other interesting feature. It's called the benefit base roll-up.
Benefit base roll-up. Okay, you're going to have to explain that one.
Sure. So with this roll-up thing, your potential future withdrawals, they can actually increase, even if you're not adding any more money into the annuity.
Wait a minute. How does that work? They're just adding money to my account out of thin air.
Not exactly thin air. It's more like good math. So each year, for a set period of time, they credit your benefit base with a certain percentage. It's like a bonus. And that can make your potential withdrawal amount bigger over time, even without you contributing more.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I mean, who doesn't love a bonus?
Right.
But all this security, all these guarantees, it has to come at a cost, right?
Well, yeah, like with any financial product, there are trade-offs.
Such as?
Fixed index annuities, they typically have fees associated with them. And there might be some limits on how much you can withdraw each year. It's not a free-for-all.
Makes sense.
And while that guaranteed income is fantastic for peace of mind, it might mean you're sacrificing some potential for higher returns you might get with other types of investments.
Right, so it's a balance. You're trading some potential upside for that security and predictability.
Exactly. It's about finding the right balance for your individual needs and risk tolerance.
Okay, that makes sense. So this PrimePath Pro 10, it gives you that guaranteed income, but does it give you any options for how you receive it?
Yeah, it actually does. You can choose between level lifetime payments, which would give you that steady, predictable income stream. You know exactly what you're getting each month, each year.
Reliable, like a paycheck.
Exactly. But if you're comfortable with a bit more risk, you can opt for increasing lifetime payments.
So those
They start out lower, but they have the potential to grow over time.
Okay, so you're kind of betting on things getting better in the future.
You could say that, yeah.
So choices, always good. And speaking of choices, I noticed something else in the material about this annuity. It lets you withdraw up to 7% per year without any penalties. Why is that such a big deal?
Well, think about it. Retirement, it's not always smooth sailing. You might have unexpected expenses pop up, medical bills, home repairs, helping out family. Who knows?
Life happens.
Exactly. So Being able to access a portion of your funds without getting slapped with a huge penalty, that can be a lifesaver.
Right, because sometimes you need that flexibility. And speaking of the unexpected, I saw that this annuity has some built-in provisions for specific situations too, like serious life events.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They've really thought ahead with this one. They've got options for things like, if you need to go into a nursing home, or if you're facing a terminal illness, or even if you just need in-home care.
Wow, that's really taking into account those what-ifs, huh?
Definitely. It adds another layer of security and peace of mind.
So if we kind of zoom out a little bit here, what's the big takeaway for our listeners?
Well, I think it's safe to say that this PrimePath Pro 10, it's designed with one main goal in mind: mitigating those common retirement risks, those fears people have about running out of money or losing everything in the market.
Right, and it seems like it does a pretty good job of addressing those concerns.
It does. But, and this is important, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution.
Of course not. Every retirement is different. Every person's situation is unique.
Exactly. It's one piece of the puzzle.
A piece that might make a lot of sense for some people, but not for everyone.
Right.
So, as we wrap up here, I've got a question for everyone listening. Think about what we've discussed today and ask yourself, how might this type of annuity fit into your retirement plan? What questions would you want to ask a financial advisor to figure out if it's the right move for you?
And no matter what product you're considering, remember, thorough research is key.
Absolutely.
And talking to a qualified financial professional, that's essential.
Definitely. They can help you look at your overall retirement income strategy, figure out which approaches and which products truly align with your needs, your risk tolerance, your goals.
Exactly. It's all about finding the right fit for you.
Happy planning, everyone. And here's to a secure and enjoyable retirement.